All right, welcome back. We have an unboxing and a reel review. So we have the Penn Fathom 25 narrow, which is the FTH25NLD, and we also have the 2-speed version of that. So this is a narrow reel. We're going to show it to you. I've actually fished with these significantly over the years. It's a lightweight, awesome little reel, very powerful, and we're going to show you. So I got a couple new ones here. So we're going to do a little unboxing, show you what these reels are about. They were introduced around 2014, so they've definitely worked the bugs out. The price actually hasn't changed much since they were introduced. But here we go. This is a lever drag reel, very lightweight for what you get. Nicely boxed. So there you go. It's got the click notch system. You put it up to strike. Here it is in free spool. And we're going to be using these reels for bottom fishing primarily, but they would be a great trolling reel. They make it also in a star drag as well, versus the lever drag. So this is the single speed in the box. They don't give you the grease anymore. I noticed that. They just give you, of course, the backing plate and the nuts and washers and tool to take it apart. And additionally, they give you the schematics of the reel. There you go. Take it down to 1,000,000 pieces. Hope you don't get an extra piece when you finish assembling it back together. But I usually will just pay someone to service it once a year or so. And here's a breakdown of the actual reels here. But before we jump into that, let's open this other one up as well so you can have a comparable. And we will show you both. These models are nearly identical except for as I said, the 2-speed, which is nice if you get a lot of grouper fishing, or if you need, if you go take these reels to go do some tuna fishing and you want some extra power to get them off. There we go, unboxing here. So nearly identical reel, except for it's gold. Here's the 2-speed button right here, so you would push this in to engage. We'll talk about that in a second. And they also give you the same setup there as this one over here, and same paperwork. So let's review the box real quick. So the specifications of the 2-speed, you're looking at gear ratio, which we'll talk about in a second, is 5.5 to 1. Low gear ratio is 2.8 to 1, meaning that when you go into low gear, it's going to be easier to pull, but you're going to be pulling less line. So every revolution of the handle in low gear, the spool is going to turn 2.8 times. In high speed, it's gonna turn the spool is gonna turn 5.5 times for every revolution of the handle in high speed. Okay, we're gonna use this reel with braid, and I actually selected 50-pound test braid, so you could put almost 500 yards, which is plenty of line for us. I debated to go with a 65, which is about 400 yards, but really I went with the lighter line. Everyone's kind of transitioning over to the lighter line. Now you'll notice the weight here is a 19.6 ounces. When you compare that to the single speed, like I said, these are pretty much identical reels. The single speed is a little bit lighter, 19.4. You'll see the gear ratio is a little different. It's 5.3 to 1 with the single speed. Both these are lever drags, as I said. But going back over here, they're full metal bodies and side plates, aluminum. There is 5 ball bearings. It's a DuraDrag system. They say they're carbon fiber, and they are smooth. That kind of sums up the box here. So let's move to this paperwork here. You will see here, this is the reel we chose with the single speed. Okay, and the reason I went with this one is because look, the amount of braid that you could put on this reel is significant. I felt like the lighter weight would be beneficial. Moving on to the drag, you get some sizable drag here. At strike, you're looking at, here we are over here, 23 pounds of drag at strike, at full 28 pounds, and at sunset, which is 33 pounds. So here you go, let me just show you this reel. There's the side plate, and here's your gearbox out here. This one right now is in free spool. You can see it's pretty free. When you're letting it out, if you're just waiting for that fish to strike and you got your thumb on it, you can leave it in free spool. So we'll do that with some of the bottom fishing we do, or just leaving it in free spool. And then you can hear the notches when they go up. So there's your strike, and then you can roll it up to full. At full, then you can go to sunset, which if you need extra special power, you hit this lever right here, and then you push it up to even there. So there you're taking advantage of an extra 5 pounds of drag at that point. So you've got some serious drag. Now, if you want to adjust the strike drag, you have this knob here on the side. This knob, for less drag at strike, you would rotate it towards me. So just like that. You want to do this in free spool, and then you put it up there. Now at strike, your drag isn't as strong. This is depending on the line pound test you're using. So if you want to go up to more and adjust it up, you got this right here. You adjust it towards the reel gearbox right there, and you can see now you're in strike, and it's a little bit stronger. So depending on what you want to do, how strong you want it. So there you go. Now it's even stronger. You can really tighten up. So, like I said, we're going to pair this with 50-pound braided line, and make sure before you spool it up, you put on your reel backing plates, which are really easy to do. This is the two pins there. Those 2 screws. Those screws are going to go on inside here, like that. They do give you the notches here. So the first notch right there is meaning one third of the spool is filled. So you can see right there, that first notch. Second notch is 2/3, and then you can see the third notch right there, right at the edge. That's a full line system. So it's easy to tell where you are on your line. So it's got a nice power handle, really strong, really smooth. And I've fished with these many times for many years. They're awesome reels. One of the benefits of these reels is they're so light. So here you go. You've got same thing, same design as this one. Free spool. And if you want to adjust your strike settings, same knob right there. And you can take it up there, sunset it, get the extra drag. But it's a pretty cool reel. Like I said, the price really hasn't changed since they've introduced it, which is surprising given inflation. But here's your 2-speed. So let's say you hook up to a big grouper or a tuna, like I said, you're gonna pop that in, and now you'll be in gear, and you can just see how slow that goes. But it's easier to reel in. Now, if you want to undo it, all you're gonna do is twist it. So in gear, slow, fast gear, high gear, you just twisted that. That's it. Same setup, same body style as this. These are lever drags, like I said. So moving on over here, so we covered this. We are going to pair these reels. So these are good reels for, I would use these reels for trolling, for bottom fishing. That's what we like to use. We primarily bottom fish with these. But we're gonna pair these 2 reels with this is a jigging reel, this is a jigging rod. This is the Shakespeare Tiger Elite. They actually don't make this rod anymore. I saw that they were going out of discontinuing the brand, so I jumped on a few of them. There's still a few available, but this is basically you can see it's a medium heavy reel, a rod, braided line 50 to 100, and I'll throw one of these on there for you, so you guys can see how that looks. Just like that. So that's a perfect little setup right there. Let me throw down. Now this rod, you could So check this setup right here out. Brand new rod and reel. Now this one is a medium. This is also a Tiger. This is not the Elite, but it's the Shakespeare Tiger. It's a medium 7-foot rod, 20 to 50 pound line. Like I said, they don't make this model either, but this is a solid setup. You can see how it would look. Nice flimsy. I like to feel the tip there. And just put this on. Like I said, before we put the braided line on there, or any line, you want to put the backing plate to the reel, to the rod. But this is this setup right here, just like that. So, and the reason we went with this is it's a smaller setup. You don't really need as much line. You can see the 30. You're really not, if you go with the 30 or the 40, you're going to get another 150 yards or so, 125 yards from the 30 to the 25. And the 40, you're going to get even more. Like, I mean, it's not like we're really doing like large, like tuna fishing with these. So I think for the 400, the amount of space we have, the amount of line we have is going to be perfect. So you guys want to see these reels in action? We're gonna have a lot of battles. So like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.